It's now official. Anthony Joshua will face Alexander Povetkin next at Wembley. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Well, surprise. Anthony Joshua will defend his title against his mandatory, or his titles against mandatory, Alexander Povetkin, September 22nd at the Wembley Stadium. This is for Joshua's WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO World Heavyweight titles. Again, UK, in London, Wembley, September 22nd. And this is courtesy of Matchroom Boxing. So, it's official. No surprise here. I wanted to see the Wilder Joshua fight, but for obvious reasons it didn't happen. It looks like this was Team Joshua's plan all along, to prolong the Wilder Joshua fight and instead fight their mandatory, because we all know unifications trump mandatories. And I have audio of Eddie Hearn doing a recent interview where he said September at Wembley would no longer be an option, and this fight with Povetkin is happening in September at Wembley. So him saying it was not an option to fight Wilder in September at Wembley was clearly a falsehood, because how is it now all of a sudden miraculously available, but you weren't able to talk to Wembley to secure the date? And he was saying with Wilder, you're trying to blame Wilder's team for taking too long to negotiate this, that, and the third. That should have never been one of the reasons. You could have just said, oh, they're taking forever, so this and that. But they try to stack their excuses, and Eddie Hearn ended up slipping and saying that September at Wembley is not available, and they would have to explore other options. The only other indoor stadium around that time that they could use, because Wembley was allegedly not available, would be Principality Stadium, Cardiff, Wales, right? And now, like I said, this is on Eddie Hearn's page, Matchroom's page. You're fighting Joshua at the same venue in the same month you said you couldn't fight him. And I don't want to hear about Canelo Triple G, because he said the venue and the date was no good. That was a non-starter. So he didn't say anything about Canelo and Triple G being a week before that. And this is a pay-per-view in the UK, so if you really cared about that, you wouldn't have it on this date anyway. But Eddie Hearn on his official page says it's on. Anthony Joshua will defend his WBA, IBF, WBA, and IBO World Heavyweight titles against Alexander Povetkin at Wembley Stadium on September 22nd. They're doing a New York press conference tomorrow, and they'll be in London on Wednesday. So they're going to officially announce it. I guess Joshua's coming to the USA to announce this. Let me know what you guys think. Are you happy for this fight? Did you prefer the Wilder fight? Like I said, I don't care who Wilder fights next. If he fights his mandatory, Dominic Breazeale, because in my opinion, his team made full effort to fight Joshua. So Joshua and team chose to turn down 50 million, fight in the UK, etc. So Wilder has free carte blanche to fight whoever he wants in his next out. Let me know if you think the Wilder Joshua fight will happen in April. Let me know if you think Povetkin can play spoiler here. I don't like this fight. I don't like this fight because just what I just said, that scenario. I think Povetkin really has nothing to lose. He's already lost to Klitschko for a world title. Joshua beat Klitschko. Joshua's last couple performances, in my opinion, haven't been his strongest. The Takam fight, late replacement, he was winning, but it looked like his nose was messed up. He looked a little bit fatigued. He came in the weigh-in really heavy. the stoppage was BS. It looked like Takam might be able to be the first person to go 12 with Joshua. Then the ref kind of prematurely stopped it at that given moment, as if Takam hadn't been hurt and recovered earlier in the fight. Then the Joseph Parker had his hands down. Joshua couldn't find his range, so he was resorting to really just jabbing, trying to jab Parker, and it wasn't the best performance from either. And then now you're fighting a dangerous puncher, a fellow gold medalist, ahead of a potential fight with Wilder. I just think this could spell trouble. Like I said, Povektin, he's not a soft touch, and he really doesn't have anything to lose here. He's already lost a title shot. He's the underdog. He's fighting in Joshua's backyard, and he clearly has power. So it's gonna be a crazy, sad event. This, you know what I mean? If it ends up like Orlando Salido when he fought Juanma Lopez, they were talking about Juanma Lopez and Yuriorkis Gamboa. Fight never materialized because Orlando Salido. Same thing with even like Lomachenko. If they would have let Lomachenko acclimate to the pros, despite all his amateur experience, and then later, like let's say his 7th through 11th fight Salido, he could have probably beat him. But they try to rush it, and then Salido played spoiler. So I'm not saying, I got to think about it some more, but Povektin's definitely a live dog. I will say that. And it would be a shame if Wilder Joshua doesn't happen because Povektin plays spoiler. Now, this is the other situation why I personally don't prefer this fight next. Is I get it, it's a mandatory, but I think they should have jumped straight into the Wilder fight. Aside from the spoiler aspect, in a flat out loss in like a knockout or anything like that, as far as I'm concerned, if Joshua doesn't put on a strong performance, or if he's getting rattled and rocked or dropped and stuff, all of these things hurt the potential future Joshua Wilder fight, as far as I'm concerned. So Joshua's gonna have to look to impress in this particular performance against a dangerous puncher who's failed drug tests. So, you know what I mean, we got to just hope he's on the up and up. There's VADA testing, I believe, for this fight. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not a fan of this fight. I think Joshua Wilder should have been next, and it could have been next. Let me know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why or why not? Do you think Povektin can play spoiler? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.